All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our fourth annual 2025 Mentorship Program closing ceremony meeting. Thank you so much to everyone that was able to make it today, especially our mentees and mentors, as well as some members of our steering committee. So before we get going, I'd like to just share a few slides about the program this year and the evaluation. So this year's mentorship program had a total of 10 pairs, our biggest and most diverse cohort yet. As you can see, our mentors and mentees came from various countries, including France, Benin, Kenya, Somalia, Indonesia, Chad, Ghana, India, the Gambia, Nepal, Canada, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, Tanzania, the UK, Cameroon, and Ethiopia. So that's 17 countries represented through this year's cohort. So let's take a look at what your fellow peers worked on. You all worked on a wide range of deliverables, including receiving career advice, developing a proposal for an integrated cervical cancer and female genital schistosomiasis screening site for a region in Ghana, submitting of abstracts for a scientific conference, writing and editing an article on engaging rural communities in guinea worm eradication, restructuring a research protocol that focuses on FGS control in Benin, and analyzing a national survey dataset from Indonesia. So all in all, 5 mentorship programs completed the program. In addition to mentorship on deliverables and activities, mentors were able to provide some of you with additional support through networking and job opportunities, recommendations for scholarships, and opportunities for continued collaboration beyond the program. So thank you to those of you who responded to our feedback forms. We received a lot of feedback, but to summarize, most of you noted that the mentorship program expanded your professional skill set and inspired you to continue working in the field of NTDs. Common feedback that we get about improving the program is extending the program duration and incorporating training modules. So I will address that during the closing remarks of our meeting. On today's agenda, we have 4 presentations today. Each presenter will have 6 minutes to present with the 4-minute time limit for a Q&A afterwards. I encourage all of our attendees to ask questions to the presenters after each presentation while also being considerate of the time. First up, we have Juan, followed by Sidonia, Jacob, and finally Said. So I think we can go ahead and get started with our first presentation. I will quit sharing my screen, so Juan, you can go ahead and start sharing your screen.
Can you all see it okay?
Yes, we can see it perfectly. Thank you.
Great. Hi, everyone. Friends call me JC, and we'll do this like a little bit of a story. To give you some context on why I applied to the program, I have to confess just one quick thing from the get-go, and that is that I had a severe case of what I now know as analysis paralysis. It's kind of cool that it rhymes. But I didn't feel like I lacked motivation. What I really liked was a sort of North Star, if you may. The best way to explain it, it really is through a treadmill analogy. I was moving very fast. I was sweating a lot. I was definitely tired, but I wasn't actually going anywhere. And when I saw the call from the iCHORDS mentorship program, I thought this could be exactly it. And trust me, I was tired. I needed to stop. So this project was my attempt to get off the treadmill and truly walk forward. The only problem is really that I had no idea where to even start, where north was. How do you even ask that? And thankfully, I had someone to help. So I was paired with Professor Alison Crentel here. It would take me way too long to tell you about her very cool career, and even more so if I added how nice she is as a person, as a mentor. So you'll have to trust me on this one. We can talk about it later. With 3 meetings, the structure was that of a sort of rigorous workflow. So here's how I approached it. I treated our sessions as sort of executive reviews. I would do most of the heavy lifting, the autonomous work in between those sessions. And I would also send my materials to Alison for review so that we can have this sort of asynchronous collaboration. She, in turn, she acted as a sort of strategic mirror for me. She didn't just give me answers to, the several questions that I had. I think the most important part was really clarifying them. So she asked me the difficult questions that really forced me to dig a lot more deeper into what I actually wanted and how I could go about it. The different possibilities that I had, yes, but on the other side, what is it that I could do with my career and that would actually make me feel fuller, satisfied, if anything. So this is the process that we built. I made a little map right here for us. First, it started with a needs assessment, mainly to clear the noise. Again, analysis paralysis often feels like there's so much going on around you that you cannot really move that much. You're overthinking your next step, but you are not really taking anything. Then there was a consultations phase. For me, this was key. At some point, it was a suggestion between Allison and I, and this wasn't just asking between like, oh, asking about academia or industry or, the other possibilities for a career. This was more like data collection, and I thought that was pretty cool. Allison covered the sort of academic reality, and then she opened her network for me to connect with other people. In this case, it was Jutta Roop. She was a senior leader in global health with over 20 years of experience in biotech and pharma. So she could give me some of that industry perspective. After going through this first iteration, I saw that this really worked. I liked the idea of speaking to the people that had the positions that I thought would be pretty cool, that were doing interesting work, and getting from them just straight up, how is it in real life? Like one of my main questions, it's usually, what's your day-to-day like? What do you sit down? What do you do? Who you talk to? So as I saw this working, I reached out to others in my network, and I was very surprised because I didn't see this as a clash of opinions, but more as assembling one big puzzle. One person gave me one little piece, and then after you have enough of them, then you can actually see the full picture. Now, the iterative synthesis was simply that moment where the pieces finally clicked together, and I could see the whole vision, the whole idea. And now I could go ahead and develop a roadmap, an actual plan of what is it that I wanted based on the different opinions and the different inputs that I got from people in academia and industry regarding, how is life in these different fields. That allowed me to move on to something very important that for me is just the launch. You have to do something about it. So we wanted tangible deliverables. We finalized first a concrete 24-month career plan. We also sort of went through my personal branding, which I feel was very centered around my CV. Here, the first idea that we came with was I needed field-specific CVs. This was something that came out of the consultations to what works in the industry, what works in academia. It doesn't work in both. And also what works in different subfields or niches won't work in the other one. So I ended up with the field-specific CVs that really spoke to my professional goals. We also built an outreach procedure and templates to do that. At first, I wasn't very, I didn't feel very confident with cold emailing, for example, because the truth is I didn't know how to do it. But after going back and forth with Allison and other people that I consulted, I finally realized there is a strategy there that can maximize the likelihood of you receiving an answer. And on the other side, you also being respectful for the time and attention that you're asking the other person to give you. Also, I worked out what I call a priority target list. I realized, like, yes, there's a lot of people that I would love to work with. There's a lot of niches and subfields, etc. But at the end of the day, it's about knowing where to begin. So now I'm not just sending those cold emails, I'm executing this strategy. And I'm happy to tell you that it's actually going pretty well. So first, I feel that the analysis paralysis is mainly cured. I have a clear, informed 2-year vision of what I want, much better than before I started the program. Second, this isn't just a plan on paper. I not only have actionable tasks, but they are already running and already giving me results. Third, through Allison's introductions and my own outreach, I actually have a much stronger, more diverse network than before, and I didn't even realize that until the end. And lastly, I did not plan for this, but now that I'm going to interviews, now that I'm exchanging emails with potential supervisors, with potential employers, I feel so much more confident because I feel backed by my plan, by my network, by Allison, and everyone that gave me some of their time and input. So all in all, I went from not having a North Star to having a full map. I am very grateful to the program and Allison, and that's it for me. Thank you for listening, and I'm happy to take any questions. And also, Allison, if you would like to say a few words, please.
Allison, you're muted.
Thank you. I was just going to say congratulations. It's been a pleasure for me to work with you and learn about your work and see just have those interchanges, and exciting to see what's ahead for you as you move into this next phase of your career. So I would just wish you, I don't have any questions, but just to say it's been a real pleasure for me. And I always learn also in these exchanges. And so, yeah, I wish you all the best. And of course, we'll be keeping in touch. So, but I'll pass over to Varsa to moderate if there are any questions. But congratulations. And yeah, the future's bright for sure.
All right, does anyone have any questions for Juan? You can also put it in the chat as well.
You'll have to let us know what you end up deciding to do.
I'll definitely update you on that one, yes.
Excellent. Excellent.
All right, looks like we don't have any questions yet. So if you guys do have any questions, please feel free to put it in the chat. And we can move on to the next presentation right now. So next up is Sidonia. I'm just going to share my screen for Sidonia. So Sidonia, if you could just come on camera. All right, can I just get confirmation on my screen sharing?
Yep, it's good.
All right, thank you so much. Sidonia, whenever you're ready.
Good afternoon, good morning, Sidonia from Ghana.
We might
Working
just,
on
I might stop you, Sidonia, and suggest you actually turn your camera off, because I think with the connection, we're not getting your voice very clearly. Thanks.
Please, am I audible enough now?
It's a bit better, but it's still not super clear. Maybe try again.
Hello,
Okay,
am I audible now?
Oh, much better. Yes, please.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, all right. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. My name is Sidonia Adabuga. I'm a nurse working in Ghana, and I'm happy to be here with the iCHORDS community working on a project on cervical cancer, FGS, and STI screening, with my mentor being Professor Margaret Japon. Also from Ghana, I was very lucky to have my mentor being in Ghana, and she's someone I have met before during the FGS launch from the FAST package. So since then, I have been contacting her from time to time for guidance. And fortunately, when I saw the call and applied for the program, I was paired with her. So she even called to find out whether I was the one who was paired with her. before we started. So we can't start the projection now, Lisa. Okay, so as I said earlier, we started our contact meeting. We actually had 4 visual meetings and 1 in person because there was a conference, scientific conference at UHAS, the University for Allied Health Science in Ghana, where she encouraged me to apply and attend the conference, which I did. So one of our meetings, I met her there in person. And from the June, we had our meeting online, our first introductory meeting where she had to go through with me with the mentorship program, had our foundation on what we are expected to do, and then to get to know what I actually want to learn at the end of the day. Then somewhere in July, we met again. We looked at, she made me to write about my expectations, put them together in my short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals for her to have a look at it and probably how she can help me achieve my goals and to be able to meet the iCHORDS program work plan too, which we did. And at the end of the day, what I want to achieve in terms of my career development. So she was able to help me go through this. And with this, in September, able to meet again. And then the proposals that she made me to write, they had to go through them initially as part of the discussions that we had for her to be able to go through and help me out. I sent out the list of activities or work plan that I wanted to do, which included FGS screening, because in my region, we don't have, most of the health workers do not actually have the knowledge. So there's lack of awareness on FGS. And it was one of the things I spelled out. And I realized that there was a lot of screening ongoing on FGS and on cervical cancer that would have taken the opportunity to screen women for the FGS, because we realized that some of them came from areas that had freshwater body, and probably if they were screened, we could get some of people who are affected. So she encouraged me to write a proposal for her to have a look at it to see if we could get these women screened for FGS. Then I also came, after that, I made her to go through the proposal where she made the corrections for me. The proposal is ready. I've sent it to the region. Then the other part is the region. We do not have a dedicated space where women can walk in to screen for cervical cancer. So because we are trying to work on an FGS screening project, the idea of making an integrated screening site too also came up. So she asked if I could liaise with my regional health directorate team so that we can create an integrated screening site instead of screening half, which I did. I went to meet the region, met the health directorate with the team, and we were able to do that. Is also written for an integrated screening site for FGS and STI. So initially, I even did for cervical cancer and FGS. Then my mentor drew my attention that whilst we are screening for cervical cancer, there are people who also come with the STIs. And then some also have the STIs. They are not able to come out because of the stigma attached. So it's better we do it as an integrated service, which we also did. So that proposal was also written and made the follow-ups to the region, and everything is set. We are now looking for sponsors to see if we can start that. Then I was also able to go and attend the conference at the University for Allied Health Science in the University of the UHAS, that's who, as I stated. So if you see the introductory page, the picture there was the one I took with her when I attended the scientific research. Yeah, this picture, the scientific research conference at University for Health and Allied Health Sciences in Hu. We can come back, Lisa. Okay, so progress. As I was doing the other presentation, I was just adding it with the progress so that we don't waste much time here. So with my mentor, she has been able to help me look at how to put up a proposal for projects as we have stated earlier. So I've been able to come out with a project for the screening of women for FGS. We are now looking for sponsors for that. And then the dedicated site, they've even allocated a site for us for the screening of cervical cancer, FGS, and STIs. And then she has made me to also build relationships in terms of stakeholder engagements. I was able to take part in a stakeholder engagement of lymphatic filariasis, where we did the facility assessment. We were able to go out, meet the people in the communities involved in some of these conditions and how they manage it. So I had a practical experience on how people feel or what they do, how they relate to each other in the communities, what they do in terms of pairing and the stigma, how they go through it, what they're able to do, a whole package. I was able to get that understanding. And because of my mentor, I was able to get that. I was able to get that to go through. If not, I wouldn't have had the opportunity. It was an opportunity that was given me because of her. And during the research, the scientific conference that I even didn't mention, I was made an assessor. They took me through how this assessment is done, and it is part of the academic work that I wouldn't have been able to learn if this mentorship program was not in session. So in all, I don't want to pity myself. I've been able to learn a lot from my mentor, and let me state it here again that it's not a one-time thing. My mentor has assured me that at any particular given time I need help, I should let her know. And it's going to be a continuous relationship between me and her. So it's not after the iCHORDS program, it's ended. No, I will continue because she said she will help me to continue with my medium-term and long-term goals to be able to achieve my long-term career goals in all. Thank you very much.
All
I will
right.
end
Thank you
here.
so much,
I'm happy to
Sidonia.
take some questions.
Since we are running out of time, I don't think we have any time for questions, but Margaret, would you like to briefly comment on your experience with Sidonia here?
Thank you very much. You can tell that Sidonia has a lot of energy and we moved at top speed. But she's somebody who was willing to learn, had lots of ideas, and very willing to take up challenges, especially when we made her an assessor during the research conference. But all in all, I think she's poised to move forward with the activities that we've gone through. And like she said, I'm committed to continue to support her and see where the proposal that she has written for the integrated services would end in the district. So well done, Sidonia. It was a pleasure working with you.
Thank you very much, Prof.
All right, next up we have Jacob. So I'm going to share the screen for Jacob. Jacob, would you mind coming off of on mic, please? And turn on your camera if you have good connection.
We can see the screen. Please go ahead, Jacob.
All right, go ahead and start, Jacob.
Okay, thank you. My name is Jacob Mbaiwandum. I'm from Chad. My background is sociology of health, and in my country, I do the research on two NTD. First, the guinea worm, and the second, cytomyces. Today, I'm going to tell you about my research on guinea worm. The title, sorry, I speak French, but I apologize. So I apologize on my English. Sorry. The title of my presentation is Engaging Rural Communities in the Fight Against Guinea Worm. Observations in two endemic Africa countries, Chad and Mali. Slide. Slide. Okay. The name of my mentor is Dr. Ebua Galisfang, who is the social scientist and who have the experiment research on entities. Topic of project is the review the draft manuscript on communities and engagements in the fight against guinea worm in Chad and Mali. We have 5 meeting. Slide. Guinea worm disease is a public health problem in Mali and Chad. It affects rural communities that do not have access to safe drinking water. In both Mali and Chad, guinea worms are transmitted to dogs, cats, and humans. Interventions carried out by national programs have failed to eradicate guinea worm due to neglect of appropriate practice and the sociocultural barriers developed by communities. Slide. The aim of this research is describe and analyze the actions taken by stakeholders in the two national programs, Mali and Chad, to engage rural communities in the fight against guinea worm disease. Slide. The study adopts a descriptive approach in order to understand and explain the issues surrounding community engagement in the fight against guinea worm. They study areas where the health province of Segu and Mopti in Mali and the health province of Sar, Sharibayemi, and Mayo-Kebi in Chad. In Mali, 10 semi-structured interviews were conducted while in Chad, 20 interviews were conducted. The study participants range in age from 18 to 57-year-olds. Slide. The result, thanks to the interventions of communities health works, households are able, able to recognize the signs and the symptoms of the disease in both humans and animals. The results showed that fish bones were buried in some households thanks to the awareness-raising efforts for communities' health works. The results revealed good practice adopted by many households. Community involvement in the fight against guinea worm has been effective through the barrier of fish looked by women. Slide. Conclusion. Despite community mobilization against guinea worm, the phenomenon of dog traders and stray dogs are barriers to stopping the transmission of guinea worm. In addition, the lack of financial support for AS6, the sporadic teething of dogs at night, and the refusal of some households to take their dogs make it difficult to eradicate guinea worm in Mali and Chad. Slide. The target journal for publication is Pan-African Medical Journal. Slide. I'd like to thank my mentor, Dr. Egua, and the different partners who gave me the finding for this research. Thank you for your attention.
Great presentation, Jacob. Does anyone have any questions for Jacob?
For your question, I am going to give you the answer in French. Sorry.
All right, sounds good. Does anyone want to ask Jacob a question? You can also put it in the chat as well.
I have a question. Thank you so much, Jacob, and congratulations on speaking in English. Excusez-nous, on devrait parler en français aussi. So thank you for that's a good experience anyway. So thank you very much. I just wondered in your interviews with people, what were some of the barriers why they didn't want to tie their dogs at night? If you were able to understand that in the interviews that you did. Enfin, pourquoi les personnes ne voulaient pas attacher leur chien pendant la nuit, par exemple? Est-ce qu'il y avait des rationnels pendant les entretiens que vous avez faits?
Très bien. Les communautés, bon, je rappelle un peu le contexte. Le ver de Guinée touche les animaux, notamment les chiens et les chats et les humains. Alors, pour empêcher la chaîne de transmission chez les animaux, ils ont adopté une stratégie qui consiste à attacher les chiens du matin jusqu'au soir, en tout cas toute la journée. Et là, on leur donne la nourriture. Mais les communautés, là où on a fait des entretiens, eux, quand les agents de santé communautaire viennent dans la localité pour attacher les chiens, ils attendent, quand ils repartent maintenant, la nuit, les communautés détachent les chiens. Ils disent que les chiens gardent leur troupeau. Et les chiens est en quelque sorte veille sur leur bien. Donc, ils ne peuvent pas attacher leur chien. Parce que quand ils attachent le chien, les voleurs viennent la nuit pour emporter leur bien. Donc, c'est là où réside le problème. Donc, quand les agents de santé communautaire attachent les chiens en journée, les communautés détachent le chien la nuit. Et ça fait que quand le chien est détaché la nuit, comme il est attaché depuis le matin, il peut se déplacer, aller entrer en compte dans la mare. Et là, il transmet encore la maladie dans l'eau.
Thank you very much.
All right, any other questions for Jacob?
Is Dr. Fung on the call? The mentor is here. I just want to highlight that, Varsa. I don't know if you can see on your participant.
Yes.
If
Dr. Fung, do you want to come on mic and just talk a little bit about your experience with Jacob here?
working with Jacob. Maybe the connection is not good. Down here.
Dr. Fung, do you want to put any comments down in the chat if you're not able to come on mic? I guess we have time for one more question. Does anyone have any other questions for Jacob? All right, with that, we'll move on to the last presenter, Saeed. All right, I'm going to share my screen for you, Saeed. And if you can just come on camera and turn on your mic as well.
Can you hear me here?
Yes, we can hear you
Yes.
perfectly.
Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Ismail Zaidu and I'm from Benin. Today, I will present the progress of my mentorships project under the 2025 program. This work focuses on revising a critical research proposal on female genital schistosomiasis. I am extremely grateful to be kids for this process by expert mentors. Next slide, please, Masa. My mentor is Abosede Denise Ogundipe. Her expertise in MTD management and public health programs coordination is an invaluable asset. Our project focuses on HLS in southern Benin, aiming to assess its prevalence, impact, and health system challenge among women and reproductive age. We have planned 6 core meetings with flexible communication channels like WhatsApp, LinkedIn, and email to ensure continuous follow-up. Next slide, please. So our progress occurred in 5 case stages, followed by crucial follow-up. During the first meeting, there was a project presentation and objective setting with initial consideration of One Health aspect. At the second meeting, we conduct a clarification of key concepts and a straightening of protocols, justification, and backbones. We initiate the section of limitation and ethic. At the third meeting, we carried out a formulation of a research question and hypothesis methodological progress and initiate research for funding. During the first meeting, we performed a complex integration of the One Health WASH actors and identifying community relay. At the fifth meeting, we conduct a comprehensive programs review, successive challenge, gaps, and act focus on discussion to assess healthcare workers' knowledge. There was then a task follow-up. We finalized a post-meeting follow-up with a literature review on FGD, the establishment of a list of institutional contacts, and the follow-up on One Health partnerships. Next slide, please. So our current deliverables are well underway. The consolidated research protocol is in its finalization phase. Simultaneously, we are actively developing a partnership mapping and a funding strategy to answer the future feasibility and impact of the projects. I have been delighted to participate in this experience with a mentor who was exceptionally available and open-minded. Thank you for this program, iCHORDS, and thank you for your attention.
All right, thank you so much, Said. Does anyone have any questions for Said?
I would like to ask one.
Yes, go ahead, Juan.
Hi, I guess my question is, I really like that you had a lot of meetings, and I was wondering if you had more meetings, what would be the plan for you? How would you like to take advantage of, say, a longer program?
Sorry, I don't get you.
Oh, sorry, it's just I think my internet is weird. If the program was longer, because right now we had 6 months, if the program was
Yes.
12 months, how do you think that would impact, for example, your progress, or how would you take advantage of the longer format?
I can say that if the programming was long than 5 months, maybe I will fund a funding for my projects, for my research projects with my mentors, and also work on other projects maybe. I don't know if I answer your question.
No, yeah. That was just exactly what I was thinking. It would give you that sort of ability to think more future, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Great
your
presentation,
question.
by the way.
Thank you very much.
All right, I see that your mentor, Ogundepe, is also online. Ogundepe, do you want to say a few words about Said here, your experience working with her? If you want to come on mic and say a few words, please. Or you can also put it in the chat as well if you're having connection issues. Do we have any other questions for Said here?
I can just chime in here, and it would be nice, Said, for you to connect with Sidonia also, since you're both interested in female genital schistosomiasis. So I think there's a nice logic there for the two of you to stay in touch with each other. And I would also encourage you to become involved with FIG, the FGS integration group, the Global Schistosomiasis Alliance. And I guess this advice is both to you and Sidonia, but there are some great networks that are connecting people who are interested in FGS. Excuse me. So I would encourage you to join those and keep up to date with the newest research and things that are going on. So and be great for the two of you to be in touch with each other and share how your projects develop. So thank you.
All right, thank you, Said. Do we have any other questions for any of the other presenters as well? Feel free to put them in the chat. Right, I will share my screen now. All right, that marks the end of our presentation. So congratulations again to all of the mentees and mentors for your participation and hard work in the mentorship program. Please fill out the short Zoom poll for your feedback on today's meeting and the program in general. So I'm just going to start the Zoom poll. I want to thank everyone who has filled out their evaluation forms. Your feedback will go a long way in improving future iterations of our mentorship program. And with that, we are also announcing the next cycle of our mentorship program in January 2026, which will start in February. And considering all the feedback that we received over the years, we are also excited to announce that we will be incorporating training modules for conducting qualitative research into our mentorship program next year. In addition to this, we are also hosting a couple Toastmaster sessions, which will be open to all of our iCHORDS members. The goal of these Toastmaster sessions is to meet with peers in a virtual space to practice your public presentation and speaking skills. These will be especially handy if you are submitting poster or oral presentations to the big conferences such as NNN and ASTMH and would like to receive live feedback from the community. Finally, we are also hoping to host an international policy hackathon event in the summer that will be open for everyone. This event will involve solving a case problem related to NTDs in a team and presenting your work to a panel of judges. More details will be coming soon, but you are more than welcome to start thinking about these activities. Maybe there is someone from this year's cohort that you would like to team up with for the hackathon. So these activities will also be announced during our annual members meeting on January 14th at 8 a.m. Eastern. Please feel free to scan the QR code to register for the event. During the meeting, we will be presenting our upcoming new and never seen before activities for the new year, but we also want all of you to participate in a short video compilation that will be played during the meeting to showcase the importance of our community and the use of social and behavioral sciences for NTD elimination goals. So I will be emailing you all with instructions, and you could submit your 90-second video by December 30th if you wish to participate. Additionally, if you want to stay updated on the activities of your fellow cohort of mentees and mentors, I invite you to join our discussion board on iCHORDS.org. In the forum, you will be able to find and post job opportunities, opportunities for funding, upcoming events, and many more. And lastly, to those of you who have successfully completed the mentorship program, you will receive a certificate in the following days. Congratulations again to all of our mentees and mentors. All right, Allison, do you have a few words that you'd like to say?
Yes, I would just like to echo what you've said and thank everybody for your amazing presentations today. I want to thank all of the mentors that are here for your time and your contribution to this next generation of NTD scientists and researchers working in social sciences and other fields. And so we're just delighted with the program that is completed this year. We had one pair that was unable to present today, and so also recognize their contributions as well as mentor and mentees. So just a huge thanks to Varsa for organizing everybody behind the scenes. And I would encourage us all at different points in our career, we are mentors and we are mentees. So as we launch the next round in 2026, please consider putting your name forward if you're interested in filling either of those roles, and please do spread the word as well. So wishing you all a very happy holiday season. And also, just before I close, I want to acknowledge our steering committee members who are here. And thank you so much for joining, and also for your positive and supportive words for our mentees today. So thanks everybody, a very happy holiday season, and look forward to working with you again in the new year. And thank you, Varsa. Take care, everyone.